Back here on CBS Sports HQ, presented by FanDuel. We're about to put a bow on Week 12 in the NFL, but who's got it better than us? I've been waiting to say that all day, Amanda, because we have the Harbaugh Bowl on Monday Night Football. I feel like that was a very weak delivery for me. I have time in the show.
Yeah,
it was very
we can make it better.
I will be better, I promise. Anywho, Jim and the Chargers play host to John and his Ravens. John is 2-0 against Jimmy. Do they call him Jimmy? I don't know.
Maybe.
Jim,
maybe at home.
NFL head coaches, the only pair of brothers to meet as head coaches in league history. The Ravens, of course, coming off an L to BMAC Steelers.
Yep.
And the Chargers, he's pumped about that, coming off a win against the Bengals. All right, we're going to preview this matchup here. And guys, it is the first time in a long time, almost 13 years to the date, that we're seeing Jim and John go at it in the NFL. BMAC, what are you most looking forward to this from a coaching standpoint for Monday Night Football with the Chargers and the Ravens?
Just the adjustments. And
okay.
I want to know personally, is there some type of wager between these two brothers? Because if I was coaching against my brother, 9 times out of 10, I love talking trash to him if he's older or if I'm older. But in this type of situation, we got to have a bet on the line. Like,
do you have a brother?
Half, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he older or younger?
I'm older.
Okay.
I'm older. But I would have a bet on the line. I'm talking trash leading up, and and both of us make really, really good money. So that means that this bet could be really, really pricey. We're not talking about a dinner. We're talking about maybe like, a few cars or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
I was going to say, what kind of bet are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about big money.
A house, a car?
Yeah, we're talking about big money. Or the loser has to go buy mom something.
Okay.
Let's go get mom.
Take care of all the holiday presents.
Yes, travel, either family vacation, and guess what? You got to pay.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Is that rivalry and the mic'd up afterwards, because Jim Harbaugh this season has been must-see TV in those mic'd up segments after the fact on the Chargers social media, and it's only going to go to another level in this matchup when you're facing your own brother. So we haven't seen it in forever. We saw it in the Super Bowl, and it was fantastic when it happened then. I think this is going to be a great one. These two teams have so many good matchups to focus in on. I'm very excited for this Monday Night Football game.
Talking about the odds, I don't know if they can necessarily bet on the game. We know they can. But, I mean, you can, but behind the scenes, mom can be their odds maker. Speaking of the odds, though, and kudos to Josh Allen and the Bills, but he has jumped ahead of Lamar Jackson as far as MVP odds. BMAC, you still do not agree with that, with what Lamar's about to do.
Let's keep it real. The reason why Josh Allen has surpassed Lamar is because of what happened a week ago against Kansas City and Pat Mahomes, right? That's the only reason. Because if you look at both players, if you put a side-by-side with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and just compare their numbers, Lamar Jackson has played better. He's been more productive. Don't forget also the head-to-head matchup that we saw with Buffalo traveling to Baltimore. Lamar outplayed Josh Allen. Granted, you didn't need Lamar's best effort, but when he was involved, 3 total touchdowns, over 200 yards from the scrimmage, Josh Allen didn't have enough, and of course, Derrick Henry did the rest. So the head-to-head matchup is in favor of Lamar Jackson. From what we've seen from start to finish, Mike, from top to bottom, Lamar has outplayed Josh Allen. So granted, Josh did a great job against Kansas City, but one game is a determining factor in who should be the top dog right now. When you look at the overall body of work from what Lamar Jackson has done, there lies my issue with seeing Josh Allen above Lamar.
You're 100% right here, BMAC. This is the flavor of the week, Josh Allen. We get it. He exercised the demons. He beat Mahomes. But Lamar Jackson has him outpaced in every single statistical category as a quarterback. Yards, touchdowns, passing yards per attempt, all those. And he leads the league in rushing at the quarterback position. There is nothing, no argument you can make that says Josh Allen has been more valuable this season to me than Lamar Jackson. It's obviously not based off of what's doing right now. It's projecting to go up to the end of the season. But there's no reason to think that Lamar won't bounce back and bounce back in a big way down the stretch.
When you're looking at these two teams when it comes to the playoff standings right now, both of them are sitting second in their division. Chargers 3 games behind the Chiefs. That's going to be a little bit harder to catch up, so they're hoping for a wild card spot. Ravens only a game behind your Steelers. There's a long way to go. So when it comes to the playoff picture, who does this game mean more to?
The Chargers. The Chargers, in my opinion, because the Chargers have to understand, yeah, you're chasing the Chiefs. You probably won't catch them, but you also have a team like the Denver Broncos who's playing some really, really good football right now. So for me, the Chargers, this is very, very important because of if you go down 7-4, you look at the Denver Broncos and what they're doing, you could find yourself on the outside looking in if you have a few slippers. For the Ravens, even if the Ravens lose this ball game, you still like their chances because of who? Lamar Jackson, because of Derrick Henry, because of their defense hopefully getting healthier and playing better football in the back end. They still have enough to get it done because they have the superhero on their team in Lamar Jackson. For the Chargers, yes, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Justin Herbert, but their style of play doesn't fit them in terms of trying to play catch up compared to a team like Lamar Jackson.
See, to me, it's the Ravens because they can still win the North. I know you don't want to hear it with where the Steelers are at, but they are only one game behind the Steelers. They win this one, and then obviously one more game against the Steelers later on this season, and they win that game. They are your AFC North champions if they win down the stretch. So to me, it's the Ravens because they have that opportunity to win the division. I just don't see the Chargers unseating the Chiefs. At that point, they'll be a wild card whether they win this game or they lose this game. And so to me, that means more for the Ravens.
So, Vivek, you mentioned, this Ravens defense trying to get healthy. If we talk about the Chargers and their defense, they have been almost lights out, one of the best in the league. They're allowing, like 14 points a game. Mike, I will start with you. Are they going to have answers for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry?
I think they will because when you watch them schematically, it's a very simplistic defense where everyone knows their role inside and out. That's the secret sauce to it because they've been banged up themselves. They haven't been a pinnacle of health. They've had corners injured. They've had pass rushers injured up front. They've had their fair share of injuries, but it's a unit. They play together week in and week out, and that's what you have to be to beat this Ravens team. You cannot focus in on one guy, focus in on one matchup, because then they got this other guy to beat you. They're just too talented up and down that roster. So I think the Chargers have a good chance of at least slowing them down because no one's going to stop this Ravens offense.
I don't think so. I feel the opposite. and here's why.
That's why we like having B-Mac here.
The comparable quarterback that the Chargers have seen so far this season has been Justin Fields. Earlier in the year, Justin Fields had success against the Chargers defensively. Justin Fields is nowhere close to being Lamar Jackson. And the thing about Lamar Jackson, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Kansas City Chiefs, you can slow him down. Every other team, every other defense, they have no answer because you cannot prepare for this type of player, especially if you're not accustomed to seeing him. Seeing him on film is one thing, but when you get out there on the grass with him, that's when you come to the sideline. He's like, whoa, he's actually faster than what he looked on film. What are you guys seeing? You have no answer, and that's what we see from Lamar Jackson. When he plays against teams that have not been accustomed to seeing him week in and week out, they have no answer. Remember the Denver Broncos a few weeks ago where their defense was highly praised. Went to Baltimore. Many felt like this was a game where the Denver Broncos can keep their team afloat until Bo Nix found his groove. They never got afloat. They never got out to sea. They stayed on the shore because Lamar Jackson surprised all of them. They had no answer. I'm not saying he's going to put forth that type of performance, but I'm telling you this. Number 8, who's also, he's a bit angry because they lost last week. They have no room for error. Lamar's going to put on his cape, and he's going to be flying all through SoFi. I see it right now.
So there he goes, just flying around. Lamar pulling a little Peter Pan here. Is that your pick then? Ravens favored by 2.5 in this one at the Chargers. We're going Ravens.
Yes, they have the 2 best players in this matchup, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And both are angry because they got put on the canvas. They went to sleep last week in Pittsburgh and Acrisure Stadium, and we did it. So now you talked about them trying to get some get back. They're still trying to win that division. So I'm taking Baltimore with Lamar Jackson flying around SoFi and the king sitting on his throne by the end of the night.
I got the Chargers. I think this defense.
I just said all of that, and you're going to just, I didn't sway you.
And I think the emergence of Ladd McConkey, back-to-back 100-yard games against these Ravens corners, I think he goes to town, and I think the Chargers win in a tight one.
I hope you're right, because honestly, I want Baltimore to lose, but I have to be unbiased. No, I have to be unbiased. I have to be legit here. So, but dang, Lamar Jackson is so good, guys.
Okay, so it's time for our same-game parlay presented by FanDuel. We'll see if Lamar Jackson can fly his way into our parlay. We'll see. So each of us are going to give a leg for this parlay.
I have to write this down because I'm going to put this in.
Okay, perfect.
You got to see what it is
kick
first.
us off. Yeah, I have a good feeling about it.
What Mike got?
I'll start off with just the under. I really like the under in this game for reasons I just outlined with the Chargers being able to slow them down, and also because I think this Ravens defense getting back to full strength. I liked what I saw from the secondary of late, meaning it's going to go under 50.5 points.
Okay, what B-Mac got? B-Mac, what'd I say? I said...
You said...
Anytime touchdown.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Oh, I love that. Derrick Henry. Yeah, make sure y'all write this down because when we hit, I don't want to hear, I didn't put it in, all right? Because I'm not sharing. Okay. I'm going to share with you guys, but you out there, I'm not sharing.
Okay,
Anytime
perfect.
touchdown.
Yeah, so Mike has the under. BMAC has Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. I almost did the under. I was almost going to sweat it out, but I'm going to go a little bit more. I'm doing Ravens team total under 26 and a hook.
You got a little spice.
Spice, yeah. I was going to do the under, but it felt a little too risky. I don't know. I'm like, if Lamar Jackson gets hot.
Under.
Yeah, but I took the Ravens team total under.
Okay, so I'm going Mark Andrews under 31 and a half receiving yards.
You going to do your
just
sooner
because
like that?
I think it's going to be a great game for Derrick Henry. I don't like the matchup for Mark Andrews, and he has had a roller coaster of a season. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's terrible. You just never know. Boomer sooner though.
Well, that's plus 626.
I like that. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike's taking the under.
50 in the hook.
Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. Amanda, Mark Andrews under his receiving yards. I'm going with the Ravens team total under. Plus 626.
I think it's beautiful.
I do.
I think we're pretty good at this. Right?
I agree.
We should do a parlay every Monday.
If it hits, we're going to have to do it again.
We have to. We can't walk away from the blackjack table after hitting blackjack. You got to run it back. Right?
Yeah, if we get hot, we just got to like ride the wave 100%.
We're going to ride this all the way to New Orleans.
Mike, you're on Pushing the Pile with Kyle. What's on the latest episode?
We did a full Week 12 recap this morning. Then we got Pete Frisco coming on tomorrow's show to do his power ranking.
Oh, Lord.